Okay, out of all of the things to warm up on, the rower is definitely my favourite just because it gets the arms involved, and it really is mimicking a lot of the things that you're about to do in a strength workout. But I wouldn't use this if I have back pain, maybe even knee pain. It sort of can create a bit of problems there, but shoulders is not too bad as long as you're not trying to kill yourself. All right, but again, like you wouldn't really want to do this for more than, say, 5 minutes is a long time. So it's a good one on a cold day to warm you up quite quickly. But yeah, very good for getting a lot of the things that you're not probably going to use as much. All right, so then you can get stuck into the stuff that you want to do. All right, so let's get into that. The very first thing I do after warming up either on the bike, the treadmill or the rower is I'm going to get the foam roller and I'm going to roll over my upper back area. All right, so this is not to be rolled over your lower back, so don't roll over your lower back, and use your hands to cradle your neck. So you're not necessarily holding your head, you're sort of cradling your neck, because I see a lot of people hold their head and they jam their neck up by pushing their chin into their chest. So I want to see how Nathan opens himself up there. And usually I'll roll over it, say 3 or 4 times, and then I'll find a spot on my upper back area around my shoulder blades and just gently open my posture up without forcing it, and then just hold it there for a few seconds and then just move down like a vertebrae at a time. You'll see Nathan sort of readjust himself a few times to probably where he wants to be, and that's a great way to start off your workout. Very great for anyone with shoulder problems, neck problems, and even lower back problems for that matter. All right, so there's step one. So once we've warmed up, we've done our foam rolling on our upper back area, it's time to roll over the hips and the legs, which are common areas for a lot of stiffness, especially if you're a knee pain person, hip pain, which might be giving you problems in the lower back. Really rolling through this area is very important, and to do this quite often daily. But remember, you must have done a decent warm-up to warm the area up first. So Ellie's rolling over the side of the leg here from the hips down to the side of the knee. Now she's going to adjust and roll over the sort of the glute and hip area itself, sort of exploring any areas that may be a bit stiff and tight. You know, and if you find something stiff and tight, you leave it on that spot and just try and hold it there and breathe through it carefully. It can be quite painful in some cases. But you're basically just trying to roll over it several times, releasing any stiffness and tight knots that you may find along the way. All right, and then if you want to, you can move across and to do the quadriceps. So see, Ellie here is going to roll over the front of the quads here. I like to do this one at a leg at a time. I find I can get a bit more leverage with one leg than doing two, but whatever suits you. Some people may not even need to do it at all. So anyone with knee pain will find this is very important for them, finding their flexibility through the hip region and quads, which are going to be very much a problem that they'll find when they're working out. All right, so that's what you do after the upper back foam roll. Okay, so in our general fitness workout, after we've done the rower, we've done the foam rolling, now we're going to move to doing some squats. And we call these monster squats, or crab walks, some people call them as. And we'll use a little rubber band if you've got one. If you don't have one, it's not essential, but it does really help you. The reason we love this one, it sort of really warms up the hip area quite well, uses in a squat movement, so we're getting a bit of ankle mobility, definitely getting a bit of glutes warming up here, as much as the entire leg system, and really getting you ready for what you want to be doing shortly in your strength workout. All right, so it's a great one to start off with. I might do 20 reps in a row, so I might go up 10 times with the leading with the left, come back with leading with the right. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Now, sometimes in addition to the crab walk, I might do a walking lunge. So most people are very familiar with that. So this is a great one because it really warms up the hips quite well, and you always do get a bit of a puff after this. So really good moving exercise, get everything ready. And you see Nathan might use some arm action with this, like a running action, or he might have his hands by his hips. All right, but a great one that you can also use as a warm-up. Okay, straight after doing the monster walk or the crab walks, we'll do some hip extensions. So we might start off doing some two-leg ones. I might do as many as say 5 or 10, and then we might progress to some single leg ones. Again, we might do 5 to 10 on each side. And this really gets the body well and truly warmed up, definitely into the known weak areas of most people, and you'll feel the core temperature starting to rise. Alright, so Ellie will just do a couple on the other side to give you an idea of what to do. All these also great as home workouts. This would be a great home workout that would take no more than 10 minutes if you did say 2 sets of everything. Alright, so that's the hip extension. Okay, so this little mobility drill is a great one for general fitness people, but also great for anyone with knee pain. This is a great one where we might use, where we're trying to get like ankle mobility and hip mobility at the same time. So this is not a stretch, this is a moving exercise. So you see Nathan's like positioned his foot, so he's trying to touch the wall with his knee without his heel leaving the floor, and the other leg he's pulling the heel into his butt to get a hip stretch. So if I pause that there for you, you'll get an idea of what I'm looking at. So here we're getting great ankle stretch, which is the big problem we usually see with people. They may not have pain, but they have limited movement in a squat. Can't develop the strength that they really want. And on the trailing leg, it's the hip that we see the problem. So if I take you to the other side, and you'll see here that this trailing leg is where the hip gets the flexibility now. So we're getting ankle here and hip at the same time. So the two known areas that we find stiffness limiting people. Excellent for knee pain because again we see the ankle creating problems for the knee or the hip creating problems for the knee. Alright, so we get a double whammy. I might do like 5 to 10 reps on each side, not holding it at any point, just moving it in and out. Alright, so that's the last of the drills that we might use in our general fitness workout, and it's one of the ones we may use in our knee pain. Right, here's one of Dylan's favourite mobility exercises, and he likes it because it sort of frees up several joints at once, which is the big difference between stretching and mobility, by the way. Stretching is usually just one joint, mobility is several of them at once, and usually it closely mimics a movement pattern. This one doesn't necessarily mimic a movement pattern, but does free up several of his joints at once, being his thoracic spine as much as his hip flexor and through his knee, even his ankle. So he's sort of getting a lot of things at once. So you'll see all he has to do is get in this sort of kneeling position and then open himself up. So his right leg is getting a real deep stretch and his thoracic spine is getting that mobility to move around. And if he wanted to, he could even move his knee forward on that left leg to create an ankle stretch. Alright, but this is a great drill you can use to help you with that squat pattern, even lunges for that matter. A great one that you can use that does a lot, give you a big bang for your buck. Alright, so let's have a look at another one.